an amazing woman here who actually survived Christian persecution. So I would like her to come up now and speak. Nahe. Nahe and Viet.
Hello everyone. Shalom Aleichem is greetings in the language of Christ, Aramaic or Assyrian. So Shalom Aleichem, you could say Shalom for short. I want to thank Butler-Short for being this incredible, true American patriot. And truly a lot of American women need to look up to someone like this, because we truly have a lot of issues in this country. I want to thank one of my mentors, Viet, for founding our Middle Eastern Women's Coalition. And I'm grateful tonight sitting on this table. Thank you, God bless you. I'm truly honored to be amongst some of the loudest whistleblowers, I've been calling them, in the country. And this is what we need to do. We need to bring all the loudest whistleblowers together and raise awareness for all the issues that are happening here and our brothers and sisters abroad. Truly, we can move mountains together. Born in a country of Iraq, where border control was not very important, the Assyrian Christian people and other minorities, especially the Christians, have suffered over 100 genocides, and most of them are not even documented by major media. 100 genocides, can you imagine? At one time, the Assyrian Empire, not Syrian, Assyrian Empire, used to rule the world. And look what has happened to us because we let our guard down. As a first grader, I was constantly slapped by my first grade teacher, who was a radical, obviously. You know why? Every time I said I was a Syrian Christian and said it proudly, she would slap me so hard I could barely feel my jaw. As a great-granddaughter of an Assyrian genocide survivor, we have 3 days to leave our homelands. We have never left. This is exactly what fired me up to one day put the genocide that's happening, the silent genocide that's happening in Iraq and Syria, on blast in 2014 on National Fox News with my dear friend Sean Hannity. I sure as heck put it on blast. I helped to expose all the dirty secrets of what they have been doing to us for centuries, especially the Christians. My great-grandfathers were crucified, my friends, on a cross, simply for being Assyrian Christians, and they sure did wear their crosses proudly, along with another 750,000 Assyrian brothers and sisters, and as you know, our Armenian friends and even Greeks. The Assyrian Christian population in Iraq has depleted to less than 200,000. This is our ancient homeland. At one point, we used to be over 20 million. My father tried to help as best as he can, so he joined our U.S. military intelligence, and he was the first Assyrian American to receive the Purple Heart Award for being wounded. I didn't hear from him for weeks. At that point, now I'm very ashamed of this, but I received many traffic violations because I was speeding, not knowing where I was going, not hearing from my father. The only solution to this growing issue and to regrow Christianity in a country where one of the worst terrorist groups has brewed in history, which was ISIS, is to create a safe haven to stop the destruction of women and our young girls, truly our future. This is not only where one of the oldest Christians have existed and have been existing, but one of the oldest native people in the world, the cradle of civilization, and probably the ancestors of many people spread out throughout the world. The only solution is we have to have our own state. I think Israel was established, and that was incredible. Re-established, because the Israelites, as some people tried to deny them, have been there for thousands of years. Armenia was established, and that was a great choice to help preserve the Armenian Christians in the Middle East. Where is our state? We were forgotten 100 years ago when the Middle East was wrongfully colonized. And this is, we have been thrown to the wolves, the radicals that are brewing in the Middle East. And as you know, as the Christian population is constantly decreasing in the Middle East, it is leaking out to the whole world and making it much worse for everyone. It is all tied together, my friends. Some of my American friends say, as I travel the world, they tell me, "Why are you so afraid for us? These are different times. This is the United States of America. We are so strong, they will never bring us to our knees." I responded, "Dear friends, that is exactly what my Assyrian ancestors used to say. They destroyed us within our country." You know, you have museums all over the world, in France, in London, in the US, all over the world, preserving Mesopotamian history when the actual people who created this history are being annihilated. They're more concerned about preserving our artifacts. We went from the majority to a barely surviving minority.